Oh shit. 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us under the library. We're playing Call of Cthulhu and recording it and posting it for your entertainment. Before we get started tonight, just a reminder that a few of us are going to be at Chaosium Con in Ann Arbor, Michigan, April 8th and 9th. Come and join us if you can. With that, we are going to start our first full episode of Season 2 of Under the Library. My name's Arthur. I'm playing Franny. We got a full cast tonight. Chris is John. Scott is Culligan. Emily's Joe. Wayne is Rutherford. And Rick is someone we will meet, presumably at some point during the episode, but I don't know what that name is yet. And of course, our keeper is the amazing Michael. Michael, the show's all yours.
Hi, and thanks for joining us. I am Michael, and this... I heard a beep. This is...
Wasn't me.
Okay. This is our sandbox of a Call of Cthulhu RPG, which does feature themes of horror, violence, and other mature themes played by immature people. Yes. Emily,
we need to write you a script.
Yeah, we do. Can you just take over, please?
So I'm going to give a summary of the second part of last week's episode when we finally started our new campaign. So at this point, we are in 1942 New Mexico, Los Alamos, in the same world as our previous Bloodstone Season 1. And in our time in our world, the town as well as the government lab have been around for about 10 years. So we meet a few characters. Dick Feimer is the eccentric architect who designed the laboratories.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is. People tend to stay away from him. He has had some plastic surgery to make him look younger. He wears very fashionable clothes, yet quite snug. And he hangs out with teenagers.
Yep, perfectly normal.
Do not judge me.
Mm-hmm. We met Franny Rumsford, who is a researcher grad student in one of the labs that Dick Feimer designed. She has low-level clearance, and she carries on her great-great-grandfather's research. We also met Rutherford Frengel, who was a grad school roommate of Feimer's, and Feimer may have been his only friend. He worked at a Midwestern university for a while, but now is out west, more of a beatnik. Culligan McGillicuddy views Dick as a role model. Culligan wants to get out of this small town. He writes down all the stories he finds in his notebooks, and he has a great rapport with Dick. Jo is a friend of Cully's, and she works in the local general store, seems to have a little bit of a antagonistic relationship with her boss and landlady, because she lives upstairs in a little room. And Culligan invited her to the event. It turns out, if she had not shared the truth of her antagonistic relationship with Belinda, the shop owner, Dick might have kicked her out. So we're all at Dick's house. Franny invites John Boone, who was working in the yard, to join us for some lemonade. He seems a little uncomfortable. He agrees to join the group, though, and eventually shares that he was in the circus in the past and knew many magicians. There was the greater and lesser rigatonis and perhaps a baloney, and we heard some of the stories from his life. And this was particularly important because we discover that Dick would like us to attend a magnificent performance in the local theater, Caspar Muscovane, who is a magician. And we are to explain his process of illusion. That is essentially what we accomplished in our first mini episode.
Thanks, Emily.
That was a lot of dick.
Oh, so good. So I do have a clarification though, because I realized I did it after I said it. Franny is not actually continuing her great grandfather's work. She is continuing her great uncle's work.
Oh.
Yep. I didn't remember my own backstory.
Yeah,
Oh,
minus
okay.
a great.
When I said it, it didn't sound right, so I had to go back and look.
Minus a great plus an uncle?
Yep. You got it.
Okay.
Do you want to clarify her relationship with Dick?
Is the uncle Dick? It's Uncle Dick.
This is
Michael, you are the absolute worst.
Because Culligan seems to like Dick a lot. So I was just wondering if Franny liked Dick.
I was trying to make Culligan the sympathetic kid, lost in the world, give him a mentor, and Michael turns him into a dick.
No, when he hears the dick calling, he comes running. So that's
this amount of dick is making me uncomfortable.
fair.
Just
Fair.
the worst.
Just to clarify, the
Can you change
magic.
his name to Rick or Richard, or because I think this is just
No.
going to be a continuing.
This is going to be a good continuing joke.
Yeah.
Something else that rhymes with dick, maybe?
Uh,
Crickets? Come on.
I was
Crickets.
trying to get that.
Come on. You got to get better with the crickets.
All right, I think we'll be able to move forward as slightly less immature individuals. All right. So you all leave his house for the day and agree to reconvene in the town later that evening at the theater. The theater is simply called the Classic. It's a well-known place in Los Alamos. And is there anything y'all'd like to do with your day before you go to the theater?
What time is it?
You tell me.
I would think
What?
like early afternoon.
Sure, that sounds good.
Because we were
Wait.
there during the day having, lemonade and cookies apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of an afternoon thing. And
Yeah.
I had been raking all morning and doing
Yep.
chores and
In the
stuff.
hot sun. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so sure.
Well, I should probably get back to the store for a while if I'm going to leave again this evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get gussied up.
Mm-hmm. Same with Rutherford. He's kind of rumpled. He's kind of a ragamuffin wanderer.
I'm
And,
gonna have to eat some circus peanuts to prepare for dinner.
Dick told me I could borrow some of his old clothes, so I don't have to wear I'd be too embarrassed to wear my hobo clothes to.
But them
to the show.
skin tight pants are gonna be okay for you.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. His older clothes, maybe he was like rocking flared pants or something.
Or maybe you're skinny enough that they'll be baggy on you.
Oh yeah, I'm bony.
There you go.
Oh, okay. If you're bony, because I was gonna say,
Yeah, they'll probably be loose on me.
Yeah, because Dick's not
Okay.
bony. Should I cricket
Dick-
myself? Do I need to cricket
Crickets.
myself?
Wait, is Dick fat?
no, he's
Let's just move on.
yeah. Okay.
I think Culligan is leaving town. I'm gonna roll up a new character.
Oh, no. But Cully, we're friends.
Yeah,
You're my link to this whole
I
experience.
know.
All
At least
right.
I thought we were friends.
We are, but everyone's making Culligan feel uncomfortable.
Culligan should be a little scared. Just saying. All right. So what are Culligan and Joe gonna do before dinner and a show?
Well, I have to go back to the store.
Yeah, I'd go back to my house and look for some clean clothes. And did you say dinner with a movie or with the show, or no?
No, just the show.
I sort of made up dinner.
Yeah.
So that means
That's
that
gonna be
we will have to get dinner before going.
Ideally.
Wasn't there a diner that was mentioned?
There is now.
All right. So I guess that's where Franny's going for dinner.
Okay. What's the name of the diner, Franny?
Oh, Jesus. What's the town we're in? Los Alamos?
Yeah.
The Los Alamos Inn? Or no, Los Alamos Diner, sorry. All right. And it'd be like a pretty standard, lame, neon sign kind of joint.
Okay. A little David Lynchish, except in the 40s instead of the 80s.
Exactly. Yep.
All right.
Exactly. In the 40s where it belongs.
Okay.
With some incredible pie.
Well played. All right. What's your favorite flavor of pie, Franny?
It's got to be blueberry.
Okay.
Because isn't that what Coop was eating?
No, I thought he was a cherry pie guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was it cherry?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
All right. What else? Culligan, where are you going?
Culligan's going home.
Okay.
Gonna see if he can put together an outfit that would be presentable.
Okay.
And then he'll just go sort of hang out in town and just sort of wait it out. So he doesn't
Right.
really spend any time at home.
Culligan, tell us about the part of town where your house is.
So it's on the outskirts. It's mostly trailers. Things are pretty run down. Even though the town's not that old, these are all trailers and stuff that have been sort of brought in. And so everything, is really worn down and beat down. Not everything has running water. You got to go out to the spigots and sort of get water when you need them. And so he's got a room and a place to stay, but he sort of stays as little as possible and does everything possible not to see any of his family members.
So we were asked to watch this show and try to figure out the tricks, correct?
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. So Franny is going to try and actually go to school and see if she can come up with some like opera glasses or even binoculars.
Okay.
Maybe talk to some of the field researchers, some of the nature folks, see if she can find something to see closer.
Okay. You want to make a luck roll, or you want to play that one out?
I'll make a luck roll. What the hell? I get to roll my giant rolly die. It'll stop rolling in a few minutes. You might want to come back.
Okay. Yeah, we'll come back to you.
All right, now that's a 50. I think that's just good enough, if I remember right. Yep, I made it.
Nice. Okay. So
Michael,
yeah,
really quickly, the place where Culligan lives, the neighborhood's actually called the Straits.
Very good.
And where would you situate that in relationship to all the government activity?
So it's opposite. They're trying to like this is the kind of place where they want to put as far away from the people in power as possible.
Well, I tapped my pate. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
I see
All right.
what you did there.
Michael has a new word.
If only I could
Let me-
retcon it.
Let me just scratch my pate.
Ooh, I got a tickle in my pate.
Rutherford, what are you up to?
That's what I was just thinking. Rutherford, he's kind of rumpled, but actually he wouldn't care about being rumpled. So he's going to just settle down at Dick's house because he has nowhere to go and get a notepad and get ready for the show. Just get his mind set for taking notes. He's going to have notes and such like that. He's an egghead. So
Okay.
that's kind of the zone. Yeah, he doesn't really have a sense of decorum.
Okay. All right. So a little socially awkward there. Okay. Didn't know when to like take his kind of exit.
Yeah, exactly. So he would stay at Dick's house too long, sitting there, and then everyone's gone, still drinking probably lemonade and such like that.
Okay. All right. And Bello, are you in town?
I was anticipating being up at the Festival.
Theater.
Theater.
Festival theater. The festival theater, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Even though it's called the classic. Yeah, the
Yeah.
classic festival theater. Mhm.
Sure.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks, dude.
All right. Okay.
Well, you feel like being a Belinda? Because I need to go back to the general store.
Okay. You can be a Belinda.
I stepped out for lunch, but I have to go back and stock some shelves.
All right. Let me make sure. I got to get into Belinda mode here for a second.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Oh, Joe, it's good you got back. Now I've got some things for you to do. I need you to get over on aisle 6 and turn those labels around, and I need you to raise the prices on the tomatoes.
Again? Didn't I just do that last week?
Are you running this store?
I am not.
That's right. I'm running this store, and I need you to go raise the prices on those tomatoes.
All right, I'll get down there right now.
Okay. And while you're at it, you dust up down there. It's looking kind of gross. Make it look cleaner. I don't want
Yes,
anybody thinking I run a filthy
ma'am.
joint. Mm-hmm.
While I'm working on the tomatoes, I'm going to slip one in my pocket.
Okay. Make a stealth roll.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
I
Well,
like
she's
it.
just cheating everyone. It's really not fair. That is an extreme success.
All right. So you managed to slip it in your pocket. Don't see any sign of Belinda as you do. And you do anything else, or you just gonna kind of pretend to keep yourself busy for the rest of the day?
I mean, I'm actually going to do some of the things that she said. And in this general store, if there is a pair of binoculars on sale, I might. That's a pretty good idea there, Franny. So I might just grab a pair.
All right. What's the name of the store, and can you describe it and its contents?
Well,
Produce and sporting goods.
produce. No. I didn't think of a name. I was just calling it the general store. How about
Survival supplies, guns, ammo.
Tomatoes.
Dynamite.
Very expensive
Well, no.
tomatoes.
Okay. So it does
Books,
have food,
tomes on
but
the mythos with Dakota rings.
no books. But there are.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'm not
Oddly
going to be
specific.
forward. Yeah.
That was good. All right.
Yeah. No, there's food and other general home goods, like really basic kitchen items, basic tools. There are some pieces of art by local artists, just like a mishmash of things.
Perfect. And you can make a luck roll to see if they sell any sort of binoculars
Fair
or
enough.
theater glasses.
I love that you're going to try to steal the
I got
binoculars.
that one
Over
too.
your nose.
Regular
What's that?
success. Regular success.
Okay. And so you find a small pair of double magnifiers.
Double magnifiers.
Yeah, 2
What is
times
that?
magnification.
Oh,
Goes in front of
Okay.
your eyes, right below your pate.
right below my pate. Okay. And before I don't know if we're to the point where I'm leaving for the theater yet, but before I leave the theater, I would like to slip into my bag also my book,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm going to a magic show and just don't know what I'll see.
Okay. That sounds great.
Okay.
And for what it's
That's a
worth, over the
mysterious
course of the
book.
day,
It's my book.
after I leave the straits, I'm going to sort of wander down, but eventually I'm going to find my way in front of the store. What's the name of it again, Joe?
I never made up a name. I wanted to make it more than just the general store. I was trying to think of something cute, like, but Sundries and Oddities sounds like a magic store.
Mhm.
So how about supplies and things?
Futons and more.
Tons and more, yes.
Everything.
Okay, so what?
Or how about the general store?
How about,
How about Los
All right, so-
Alamos grocer?
Oh, but we are more than just a grocer.
That's true.
Tell us
But we've-
how are you more than a grocer, Joe?
Because of all the other stuff we sell.
You know, the 2X glasses. But no
And
books.
the paint.
X.
We sell wrenches and rope.
Oddly specific. The Los
Maybe even
Alamos General
dynamite.
Store.
I was just gonna say, do you have dynamite?
All right,
Dynamite,
so
shotguns, grenades.
I'll be on an overturned crate in front of the general store.
Okay.
Just looking to get
Linda, I
hassled by the
finished
cops.
everything you said. I'm going out for the evening.
Remember, as you go about town, right? There's all kinds of unusual groupings of scientists out and about the town, right? Like it's you wouldn't call it kind of like a university town, but it's full of researchers as well as people who make the town run. So there's always a bizarre kind of mix of individuals out and about in this area.
Well, I've hosed myself down in the backyard spigot,
Okay.
changed into the clothes that Dick provided,
Okay.
and I actually have a bit of money. I've got $5 that I keep really well hidden because you don't want anyone to know you've got any kind of money on the road. So, but I wasn't able to shave. So I'm walking through town self-conscious because I look super fancy but gnarly up top. I was able to drag a comb through my hair.
That's
I forgot.
that's
I
kinda
forgot.
wonderful.
I forgot my cap. But anyway, I'll go to the general store and buy a couple, 3 cans of beans.
Okay. And so you go by, and there's Culligan sitting on the crate outside the general store, and
And I go, hey, Joe, you
hey.
clean up nice.
Thanks there, Sonny. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name.
Culligan, but you can call me Cully if you want.
Hey there, Cully. What you doing sitting out here?
Yeah, it's what I do. I don't spend a lot of time anywhere else. I just wander town, and it's great here because I can see all the scientists go by. Every once in a while, they'll give me something. Like I've gotten a couple notebooks from them. They know I like to.
Hey, that sounds kind of like my life. Except I rarely sit in one place. I kind of wander around. I see, you know a lot of things about a lot of things, I'm sure. I see a lot of things. And yeah, sometimes you run into kindly folk that'll, give you something, make your day. Tell you what, I'm going in to buy some stuff. Anything you want in there?
I wouldn't say no to a piece of gum.
All righty. I'll be right back.
Keeper,
Go
what
on.
were the double magnification? What did you call them again?
2X.
They're just called 2X?
Yeah.
Are they called binoculars? They're just called.
Yeah, they're binoculars, but they have 2x magnification.
They could be the kind of thing where
okay.
when you're like sewing, you need them to I don't know, whatever.
All right. So as you walk in the store, there's only it's not the Space Mart of the future, right? With all these checkout stands, there's only the one cash register, and the person behind it, she's quite very muscly built, and she's probably about 6'2". She's imposing and really looks like she could hold her own in any boxing match.
Did you say her name was Brenda?
Belinda.
Belinda. Sorry.
Yeah. And as she sees you walk in your big puffy beard, but your quite dapper suit, she gives you a bit of a glance, and then she says, "Well, could I help you, sir?"
Good day, ma'am. Could you point me in the direction of your canned goods? Specifically, I would be interested in acquiring some beans, not string beans, mind you, but baked beans.
Oh, yes. Right through there. Second aisle. Best beans in Los Alamos.
I thank you kindly. I go grab them, and also I'd like a pack of gum to go with it, and that'll do me.
Okay. Make an intelligence roll.
What my intelligence is? Let me check.
It's the one right under your pate. Just gonna use it all up. Just gonna totally thrash the word.
I got a regular success.
Okay. So as you're checking out, you remember that the cans of beans were each about 10 cents each, and the pack of gum was a nickel, and the total though comes to 48 cents. So it should have been about 35 cents, and it comes to 48 cents.
Ma'am, I think you might have made a mistake there. I was expecting it. I look at the tags here, and that, if I remember my arithmetic, it's been a while since I've been a job, but if I remember my arithmetic, that should have added up to 35 cents.
Oh, no. I forgot to change the prices on the shelf. We had to raise the prices because, well, you see, it's pretty complicated, but the truck came in and they raised the bill on me. And so I had to raise the prices a little bit in order to make ends meet. You see how it is? You understand, right?
Yeah, I understand. Times are hard for everyone. Well, I thank you very much, and I'll be on my way. And I go, hey, Culligan, here's your gum. That woman inside, man, everyone's got a fucking hard luck story, don't they? Oh, sorry, son. I don't. Well, you probably heard language like that before.
Oh, Jesus, that's the cleanest word I've heard all day.
Oh yeah, man. She's.
So what did
You
she
know
do?
what?
Did she give you that story about how things were a little bit more expensive than the last time?
Yeah, exactly. Does she often peddle that tale?
I don't know if I trust her. When I go in there and buy stuff, I find out the price before I give her anything. I'm only usually buying a pack of gum, though. So,
is she the only store in town?
Yeah, there's another store. There's a bigger grocery store that all the scientists go to, and they got all sorts of like fancy white lights and big clean aisles and places. Yeah, it's a little bit too clean for my taste.
Well, maybe before I leave town, I'll give myself a good shave and I'll head over there and get some supplies before I hit the road. But you mind if I have a slice of gum there? Slice? Is that what they're called?
I only want a slice. You bought the gum.
Okay, I'll
yeah, so I take a single piece and give it back.
Stick of gum?
Stick. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. A big
shingle.
I take a nice
hitting you right on the pate.
Yep, I tap it on my pate to make sure it's fresh.
Thank you for listening to the word show. Yeah, so I take out a single stick and then I give you back the pack and say, why don't you hold on to it? If I keep it, I'm just going to keep eating it. And then maybe during the show, you can give me one more piece.
Oh,
You're a good egg.
Yep, whenever you want some, just let me know.
Was I in the general store when this conversation transpired, Keeper?
I don't know. You had said you were headed upstairs at some point, right?
Well, I said I was headed out. Like I thought it was the end of the day. But if I headed out, I would have already been in the conversation with them. So if it's easier, I could just be upstairs.
Sure. Or you could be you could be upstairs.
Okay. Did I overhear this exchange?
Make a listen roll.
I will.
Yes, you will. Yes.
I'm rolling well tonight. I made it.
Great. Do you want to hear this conversation?
I do. I want to hear the conversation.
All right. Well, then you hear the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. Right out that open window, right above the roof of the restaurant or roof of the store.
Okay. Well, on my way out, I'd like to try to grab a can of beans. because I feel really bad when she cheats people.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the conversation at the register?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, maybe you listened through the floorboards then.
Mhm.
All right, make a stealth roll on your way out.
I guess I will.
Mhm.
Probably pushing my luck here right at the beginning. No, it's a hard success.
Oh, good. I want y'all to use up all those like stealing beans,
Yeah. Yeah.
buying sticks of gum, and all
Yeah.
that. Get those good ones out of the way.
I don't know. Stealing from giant muscly lady seems like quite a risk.
I mean, I've
Maybe
been
that's
doing it
why.
for
Maybe
a
that's why she has to
while.
keep jacking up the prices.
No, because somebody keeps stealing all this stuff.
Joe is robbing her blind.
All right. Well, in that case, I head outside, probably run into John and Culligan.
Sure. Yeah, as you're walking down the street, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I was out front waiting for you before we go off to the show.
I figured.
So
Is that
Hey,
good with
Joe.
you, Keeper? That was a face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Guess he
when you
probably
get
forgot to
outside-
stir his. Yeah.
when you get outside and you get close to us, I'm gonna lean in and go, she was doing that thing again with the pricing.
I know, I heard. And then I'll just kind of like underneath pass Boone a can of beans and say, I'm so sorry. She does this to everyone.
Oh, well, thank you, miss. Gosh, that's mighty kind of you.
Yeah,
I
we
just
take
don't
care
know
of
what
our
to
friends.
do.
I don't know. I don't want you getting caught. She'll break your head in half.
Yeah, normally I don't take to stealing, but if someone's that nasty,
Haven't
I
you
think-
ever heard that story of Robin Hood?
Oh yeah, I know the Robin Hood story. Oh, you're a Robin Hood then.
I mean, I just can't watch her steal from people without doing something.
That would make her the sheriff of Nottingham.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
oh, yeah.
something.
Well, if I had like my grandfather used to say, if I had a cow shit, I'd throw it at her. My grandfather actually used to say that.
Oh,
You know, I mean, there's like all sorts of cow pastures outside of town. We could go get something.
Well, I'll wait until I'm hightailing it out of town. Maybe the last thing I'll do is
Yeah. Although I gotta say, she just make poor Joe clean it up. So
no. Maybe I'll
she
wait till
would.
she's locking up for the night, and then I'll pelt her with a few.
But I just
Yeah.
have to stay positive. I mean, I'm glad to have a job. Crickets.
No, you only get crickets after an attempted joke. You can have a dramatic pause and not get crickets.
No, I'm just looking on the bright side. I mean, I was on the street when I met you, Cully.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well now. So wait, is it? I'm not too good with time. Is it time to go to the show now?
It is. It's the end of the day for me. End of the workday.
That's great. I didn't have a chance to get any food. Maybe I'll eat something later.
Well, I got a
Oh.
can of beans here. I'll share with
Just
you.
gonna say, there's
I have a
plenty of
tomato.
beans.
I can light a fire right here on the sidewalk.
Now, who would be that insane?
I'm just joshing you. I usually eat the beans cold. You don't mind cold beans, do you?
I'll eat anything. That sounds
Okay.
delicious.
So I'll open up a can of beans, get my little spork out, hand it to you. You know, you go first. Eat as much as you want.
Do you lick it clean before you hand
Yes.
it to him?
If I lick
Okay.
it clean,
Yeah, it's actually-
I
As
wipe
soon
it
as you
on
do
the-
that, I pull a spoon out of my pocket. I'm like, what are you
Oh.
kidding me? I'm
Never
always
go-
ready for I'm ready for everything. I've got a whole bag, and it's got like my books in it. It's got stuff to write with. I've got a spoon in there. I've got just goofy little things, a magnifying glass.
Little dynamite.
Like I said, no dynamite. Like
Firecrackers.
like I said, scientists have gotten to know me, and they know that I like stuff, and I like to hear their stories. So they'll give me things like like I said, pens. A box of paper clips, like just weird esoteric shit that has no value to them.
plutonium pellets.
So it's not just Dick that you're hanging out with.
Did you by any chance in that book of things the scientists give you any clues to what tickle-lily is?
Oh,
Yeah,
poor Scott.
it said the keeper is a dick. That's what it said. So I take out my spoon and I'm eating. Well, pretty good. And for what it's worth, I take the gum out of my mouth and I stick it right behind my ear.
Mhm.
1940s gum. I'm sure it held its texture for a long time. All right. As y'all get into the theater, let's see. There's that's Culligan and Joe and Boone are together, right? Franny, you're
Yep.
coming on your own.
Yes. Yeah, so
Okay.
Franny would get there early and be like milling around outside. Sort of
Oh, okay.
awkwardly, but she's super she's eager.
Okay. So as you're milling around outside, you hear a very animated conversation going on in the foyer to the theater, or the entrance to the theater. And you recognize one of the voices, of course. It's John Levine. And John Levine is kind of a known character in Los Alamos because he owns the theater. And another quite eccentric, mustachioed individual, little plumper and known to be somewhat of a busybody about town. And you hear him in the foyer of the theater, and you can almost see the drawn down edges of his mouth as he says, but why would I want that? I don't understand. I never even heard of such a thing. Why would I want that?
Is there another side of the conversation too, or am I just not
This is
hearing
me.
that?
This is me. This is me.
Oh,
I was thinking there was going to be another side of the conversation. He smiled at me. He smiled at me as I said, you can hear the voices from the foyer. And then I kind of I was waiting. I have more conversation with the crickets.
I think he's talking to you.
Just making sure. Well, sir, you must understand that these are the finest accoutrements you could possibly have within your establishment. You see, this is the premier chicken meat that you're going to want to have for all your customers. It'll keep them coming back for more. It is finger licking tasty. That is a patented term here. We even provide a free side of buttercup coons. You see, that's some of the leaders here of our chicken coops here. It's like the crowning achievement of our wonderful little snack empire.
I have no interest in filling my theater with your greasy fingers and the greasy fingers of all of your customers. I don't want fried chicken.
Now, sir, I must tell you, that's a patented secret, but it is greaseless fried chicken. Now, it does not come onto your fingers. Yeah, it is a one and only here of Bello Poulet. We are known for it throughout Kentucky, and it's a thing we do.
Well, I can assure you it won't be coming on my fingers because I won't be holding any of that fried chicken.
Phrasing, Michael. Phrasing.
Phrasing. I didn't know. How about this? I will fry you up a fresh batch, and if it is not the tastiest thing you have ever had in your life and time on this God's green earth, then I will be out of your hair.
Mr. Poulet, is it?
Yes, it is Poulet.
Mr. Poulet, I would advise you to take your seat in the theater and enjoy the show, because otherwise that's as close as your fried chicken is coming to my theater.
Well, I don't need to know when I'm not wanted, and I'll grab my little suspenders, and I'm wearing some sort of suit that looks kind of like this.
Like a chicken?
What?
Like a chicken.
You're dressed like a chicken
What?
You're dressed like a chicken.
to go
Do
to
you
the
have
theater.
fried
Suspenders.
chicken on you?
Do I have the chicken on me?
Suspenders.
Do you have the fried chicken with you? Like when
I
we're
have-
walking
Like in your
by
pockets?
You, do I smell Do I smell fried chicken?
I have
on
some
you?
fried
Well,
chicken.
presumably he has a little cart, like a food truck or street
Yeah.
cart or something.
But I need you to paint me a picture.
Yeah.
You're dressed as a chicken with suspenders? Are the suspenders like over the feathers, or are they just holding up your little chicken ass?
Oh, maybe he's like Donald Duck, where he has shorts and suspenders on the outside of the feathers.
I regret
is he
this
a-
immediately.
Is he a
You
duck or is
deserve
he a
every
chicken?
moment of this. Keep going, Emily.
Yep.
Keep going. You deserve every moment of your
Yes,
chicken
and so
outfit.
I'm sitting there with my feathered hands, and I'm holding the suspenders that are a pair of pants that are on overlaid on top of this. It's a look, you see.
You have
Oh, it sounds
feathers
like a look.
glued to your body, and you're wearing clothes over
not
them.
glued to my body. This is an outfit, and I have a pair of pants on the outfit. Does that make sense? It keeps it all
No,
together.
it does not make sense.
Well, it can't be a full pair of pants because then it wouldn't show off the chicken legs, which I think are like an
There's
iconic
later
part of a
hosen.
chicken. They'd have
We
to be
established that he's wearing
later
shorts.
hosen.
You have giant
Yes!
chicken feet. You have chicken feet, shoes.
So they go to the knees, you see.
Like
and then you-
later hosen.
later hosen. And then you see the chicken legs, and then you see these are chicken feet that I got on there.
Rick,
So I am.
Rick, you didn't think this through, did you?
Does this
No,
affect your
it's,
Does this affect your movement rate? Or do you have a chicken movement rate?
He
I
does.
do, but I also have a fly.
Oh my
So
god!
that's
I don't know where the character goes from here. Does he go?
And
Oh my god!
I do just want to clarify. This is an apparent chicken character who is selling chicken.
Ah,
Oh, yep.
I
more
mean,
cannibalism.
He can't stop with the cannibalism.
Really can't.
And you-
Just have to change the form of it slightly.
Just to be clear, he's not actually a chicken person, right?
No,
He's just
Is there a
dressed like
chicken
a
head on
chicken
your
person.
costume?
no.
It's
Uh,
so
marketing.
I'm thinking it's like the guy
it's what you
behind.
see. It's what you
It's
see.
a hat.
It's a
Okay.
hat. It's a hat. It's a chicken hat.
Yeah.
It's like the old flapper sort of style out west hats, but with chicken on top and a comb.
So you didn't answer my
Do you
question.
have a
When-
little wobble?
Yeah, he's intentionally not answering your question.
Yeah, I
think.
want an answer to this fucking question.
What's your question?
Bello Poulet. When we walk by, do we smell fried chicken on you?
You would
'Cause
tell.
if so, you're- So I'm walking right up to you and I'm like, God damn, that's the best outfit I ever seen. And you smell so good. You have chicken on you. Can I have a piece?
Well, I do. And I reach into my
I want some
feather
too.
pocket, and it's got sort of like-
Absolutely not. There will be no chicken eating in my theater. Mr. Poulet, is this clothing choice of yours to make a mockery of my establishment?
no. It isn't. I don't know why you would possibly say that. I'm
Make a mockery.
I'm
This is
simply
the
a
best
humble
thing
man.
to happen to the theater in my lifetime. This is amazing. Fried chicken and seeing a performance? That's revolutionary.
Mr. Poulet, you will take all of your fried chicken and other food on your person and deposit it outside. If you don't, I'll have to have my friend Adrian come downstairs
As he's saying
and
that,
assist you.
I take the bucket I got of chicken and I said, fine. And I push it into his chest and then I reach down and I start grabbing more bits of chicken and I keep putting it in the bucket. And I got a couple drumsticks down here, a little bit more down here. And then I kind of reach around. I got a little bit extra side pocket here. I got some legs.
I'd like some pocket chicken.
And I'm like, would you like?
Totally. Well, I'm taking this bucket and I'm like, all right, Joe, let's get outside. And
So how
we are
long has this
heading-
chicken been in your outfit? That's the question in this hot, steamy New Mexico weather.
It's got 22 spices and herbs. It's a wonderful collection here. So I would recommend you try the chicken. I'm going to make my way inside. You'll notice you need no napkin. It leaves nothing, in part because you will be licking your fingers and instead potential grease off. It's a thing.
I can
Whoa,
certainly tell
Mr.
you, sir, that you won't be lasting long in Los Alamos with this charade of yours.
I'm simple. I'm a simple chicken man. And
I think I'm speaking for the keeper in character and saying we might kill you soon.
Please don't choke the chicken. I'd like to hang around a little bit longer, and I'll give him a little business card with my little flipper fingers, and then I will make my way inside.
Your what? What?
My feather fingers. Did I say something?
Said flipper
You
fingers.
said flipper.
Well, it's a thing with feathers.
Have you
and
seen a chicken?
I've seen it. Chicken magnate from
Mike, you're just brutal tonight.
Love it. Love it.
She's on
It's just
fire
better when
tonight.
I'm not the target.
Oh my god.
You're just brutal.
Emily
Make
is
sure-
on her game.
Make sure I don't say anything to piss you off.
I'm sorry.
No, please don't
Joe is
apologize.
much
You should have a
nicer
giant
than
bucket of
Emily.
KFC right now in front of you. Just saying.
Wow.
But just to be clear, after this whole thing, we have a bucket of chicken, right?
Outside the theater, yes.
Oh,
All right.
I'm out there
So the-
with you.
The three
this
of us
is
are just
really good.
eating this damn chicken.
We don't have
before we go back
anything
into
like
the
this at the
show.
store.
I never
Can you-
tasted anything so good in my life.
Can
We
the
gotta
three of
find that guy.
can the three of you make constitution rolls?
Oh God! What?
At advantage because they're going to gain extra XP. I know that. That's
Oh,
what this chicken
It
does.
depends on how long he's had it in his pocket. I rolled a 95.
I am rolling so freaking awesome tonight. Extreme success.
I got
Sorry,
a good
Boone.
success.
Oh, my stomach's rumbling.
Yeah, I think you got the
Ooh.
armpit piece there,
Armpit chicken.
John. Yeah.
Do you guys want to see where I keep the mashed potatoes and gravy?
Oh,
Because if
no.
you're really hungry.
No.
Is this chicken all sort of less body temperature?
Yes.
No, I'll meet you. I'll meet you, young folk in there. I'm gonna have to duck behind the theater for a couple minutes.
Oh no. It doesn't set on that quick, Boone. If you let me,
okay.
I'll find a good opportune time. For
Oh,
you
I
to-
hear you. I hear you.
listening. Don't you worry.
Lamova chicken?
Uh,
At some point, you're gonna shit in the theater, aren't
oh
you?
man, I don't want to ruin Dick's fancy clothes.
Boy, when art meets reality, huh? All right.
Oh.
All right. Bello, there's no way you can sit down in a theater seat. So you just have to post up in the back.
Oh, me? You mean Bello? Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just be
The other Bello on the cast.
I'll just be pecking around. That's fine.
Wow.
All right. And
Just pecking around.
And I have to ask a question.
Just
After
one?
we have the chicken, are our fingers not greasy like Bello has been promising?
that's a great question. You think he invented the greaseless chicken?
That's what I'm asking.
What do we roll on to decide that?
Oh,
Luck,
that's a
probably.
good question.
Is there a bullshit? Is there a bullshit roll?
I was gonna say I think that's almost like a mythos thing. Greaseless
thinking
fried
mythos.
chicken.
Yeah, that's
No.
some sort of arcane.
Occult. Yeah.
No.
Bello, can you make an occult roll?
You're making me roll for a cult chicken?
Oh, greaseless chicken
Yeah.
It's
in
called-
the 40s.
It is magical.
It's not
Yeah.
like Star Spawn chicken. It's not gonna
What?
come back. I don't
It's-
even.
It's Poultrygeist.
Nice. Nice.
Oh,
Well
I mean-
done.
I got a 6, but I don't think that counts, right? I don't know.
No, for the occult, you should start with a 10, I think. Don't y'all have a 10 in the occult?
Well, let me.
I have a 5.
No, you're gonna have to burn some luck.
Yeah.
only
yeah.
1 point.
You know
though.
what? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go for the extreme success for the hell of it, and so I'm
Whoa.
gonna burn 4 points of luck, get down to a 1. There you go.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought this was
Wow.
mythos, not a cult.
Bello
Which we have, like,
speaks the truth.
Yeah. All right. So Bello has indeed discovered greaseless chicken, though at what cost to his soul, we'll soon find, but that
Yes,
would
you
be
will.
right in line with Rick's character.
And for some reason, Poultrygeist is not underlined as misspelled.
Kentucky
Hmm.
Cthulhu. That's so good.
All right. So y'all are all quite amazed as you go to lick your fingers in front of the theater. And the chicken is indeed greaseless. Maybe
Jesus
that's
Christ. That's magical. Not only
I,
is it delicious, I don't have any all over my face. I don't have it on my fingers.
well, I'm glad for it. I always wipe my fingers on my clothes, and if it had been greasy, I'd have ruined these fancy duds.
If you're impressed by the chicken, let me tell you here.
Wait, you're out there with us?
Oh no, I'm
You're
inside.
watching us eat?
What the hell?
Well,
I mean, you
yeah,
might
I think
have
he
been.
was because he was kicked out of the building.
No, he
Yeah,
wasn't
that'd
kicked
be
out. He had
fine.
to turn in his chicken, and then he went inside the
Oh.
theater.
He went inside. But we'll find him. We got to find him and tell him that his
Oh,
chicken
yeah,
is
you-
magical.
You don't have to do a lot to find the guy. in
We're
the
gonna,
chicken
man,
suit.
we're gonna join your chicken cult. I assume that's what you're establishing, some sort of chicken cult.
Gooble gobble, one of us. We accept you. We accept you.
So, Franny, were you lurking outside of the theater? Did you say?
Franny, that's you, Art.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm.
Didn't you say you were going to be awkwardly around the theater? or
Yeah, so
something?
I would have been there for all of this, but certainly not partaking in the chicken. Sorry, I was distracted
Oh.
because when Poultrygeist did not come up as misspelled, I had to Google it, and it turns out that Poultrygeist
Oh, it's an amazing movie.
is a
it's
movie.
An amazing. It's amazing.
Poultrygeist
Really?
Night of the Chicken Dead, the horror musical.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I
Holy
thought you
shit.
said nice because you knew that it was that is a Schlock Night favorite to watch
Wow.
Poultrygeist.
Oh wow, do you have it on DVD?
Oh, Blu-ray, baby.
Wow, we'll have to have a viewing of it.
Yeah.
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 It's special.
With a bucket of chicken.
It's
I'm
special.
all for the chicken, but is it actually scary?
Scott, I don't know if you could handle it or not. It opens with I can't even. I won't spoil
Don't
it
even
for
say
you.
it.
I won't spoil it for you. We'll have to have a
Oh my
Poultrygeist
god.
night now.
The description is amazing.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, bad. Like, yeah. Like it crosses lines that even Rick doesn't cross.
When a
Oh, wow.
fast food chicken restaurant is built on the site of an ancient Native American burial ground, the displaced spirits unite with the ghosts of exterminated chickens and transform into Native American chicken zombies seeking revenge.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh.
That's
Oh, God.
that's the appropriate response.
Damn.
I told
Oh.
you it crosses lines.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. Wow, I had no idea. See, and I was giving you credit for coming up with the term, but
No,
All right.
no.
Should we take a break?
Oh yeah, we got to let Scott get some cereal.
Yeah, that is a perfect time for a break. All right, so we'll take 5-10 minutes and see everybody on the other side. And we're back from break. Michael, back to you.
All right, so let's spice up Emily's diary for this episode with something more than eating chicken. A recap next week. We ate chicken.
Yeah.
It was greaseless chicken spawned by the occult, but hey, cool.
I mean, there was some light thievery.
hmm
There was. Mhm.
Beans and
And we
tomato.
We still don't know what's going to happen to Boone's bowels later on, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. So, maybe Rutherford or Franny are going to come along and save this episode.
Yeah, why are you all eating fried chicken on the sidewalk from a stranger?
It's
That-
really
it's-
tasty.
It's free.
That
And
seems
this isn't just any.
that's,
This isn't just any fried chicken. This is magical greaseless fried chicken.
that seems like a terrible idea.
And then I take a piece and rub it on the clothes. See? Not so much as a single grease spot.
Oh dear.
Do you want a bite?
No, thank you very much, honey, but no, thank you.
All I can think of now is the Homer Simpson thing with
the window to weight gain. I was thinking the same thing. Oh my God! All right, so we're getting close to showtime. Do you want to all go inside and find our seats?
Yeah.
Do we
have
have tickets? How's that work?
No, I am right here, and I have tickets. For all
hello,
of you,
Dickie.
yes.
Yeah, that was creepy. You popping up like that.
Yes, I am here with Rutherford. He and I were hanging around the back, and now we're
Emily got it.
yes.
not eating chicken.
We decided to come in the front, even though we hung out at the back door for a while.
Wow, crossing the line there.
What? We were just hanging out. Don't y'all want to go inside?
Yes, please. I'd like to change this line of conversation. That'd be great.
Okay. Well, you should throw out chicken, and then we go inside. Yes.
I think we ate all the chicken.
It's gone. I've been hucking the bones in the road as we finish pieces.
Wonderful.
We should go in the front door.
Okay. So as y'all are going into the front, and
See that while I was drinking.
You're welcome.
She almost broke. Yes, in the front door. We all go, yes? And so as you're piling in, you hear I'm losing names now. You hear John Levine off in the background somewhere, and you can only assume he's talking about Bello Poulet, and when he says
Bubba Fred Poulet.
when he says
I'm Bubba Fred Poulet.
The neighborhood, it's changing, I tell you. It's just changing, this neighborhood. It's not what it used to be. It used to be full of upstanding citizens, and now it's feathered freaks. Freaks, I tell you.
Do I hear him say this?
Sure, probably. I just said y'all overhear him saying this.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna be like, this town is like 10 years old, right?
And he doesn't say anything back. He just ignores you.
I think we should go on in.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So you make your way around Bello, who's now kind of clogging the aisle around the seats. Yes. And you make your way. Rutherford, I assume you're with them. You haven't said much, but I assume you're with them.
Rutherford goes in with them, but he does a very Rutherford thing, and he detaches himself from the group quietly, and he makes his way around into a different direction, a side door, a mezzanine, so he can get a better view.
Okay.
He's very interested in getting a very, very good view that is not just your standard frontal view.
As we go past Bello,
Standard frontal view.
Is he looking for like a sidal view, a backal view?
Okay.
I think he's just looking for the back door.
He's looking for an obtuse angle to look at this magician from. Magicians they're often only negotiate a front angle, and if he can look from an odd angle, he'll probably be able to discern something. That's what he's sensing. So if he can even get on side stage, he's going to think that way.
Okay, it's a very narrow theater. You are right about that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Question, Keeper. As we go by Bello,
he smells like chicken. Yes.
Are there feathers on the floor that he has shed?
Other chicken craps?
I would like to pick up a feather to later test.
Okay. Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. And somebody roll a D20 for me and tell me what you get.
Anyone want to claim that?
Yeah, don't everybody do it at once.
Not it.
Oh my God.
I'll do it.
Somebody just roll a D20.
Well, when did we ever roll D20s?
Do you want me to? I'm ready. Okay.
No one has their dice.
Got a
I
9.
rolled a 1.
Okay, Scott, you rolled a 1. I was able to get us very good tickets for this evening's show. You will all have great view from front row. I am quite interested in you establishing his methodologies, yes, of magicianry and trickery.
Really glad I got
believe
these
he
high
is-
power binoculars.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
And
looking up
you're
his
not
nose.
correct.
you'll be able to see whether he dresses right or
Yeah.
dresses left.
Yeah.
Did you get more than 2x, Fran?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like-
Well,
Absolutely.
I have my little.
These would be like field
Well-
glasses.
They're from the store.
I'm thinking bird watcher, like
They're pretty fancy.
big honking things.
It'd be good if you had like an extremely long telescope that got on the stage.
That's great.
I believe he is quite illusionist, and I am curious in y'all helping me discover his methodologies. I usually figure these things out quite well, but this Casper, he is quite good at what he does. Yes. And about that time, the lights blink, and so more people file into the theater, and you'll have these wonderful seats right in the front row.
And I've got my notebook out for what it's worth, and I'm taking really good notes about the whole what the place looks like, the design inside. I've got like everything captured about the whole experience, even the greaseless chicken, which I'm sort of capturing is literally the most amazing thing I've seen in my life.
And Rutherford slips from the main area, wants to go through it to a side door towards the backstage, or a side stage or backstage if it's possible. Whatever the makeup of the theater is.
Make a stealth roll.
Yeah, he's not very stealthy, but so he's more of the type of guy who just goes without stealth and will try to persuade people. So being confident in his wandering, because he's so eggheady and quirky, he doesn't really notice it. So he just kind of walks with purpose. And 74. He wasn't trying to stealth. So
Okay. What's your persuade then? If you want to persuade.
my persuade's an 80.
Okay. Okay. And as you get to the side door, you run into a very large gentleman that would be protecting kind of what would be considered the entrance to the back door.
Mm-hmm.
And he just very gruffly looks at you. He's dressed in a tux,
Mm-hmm.
but he's massive, like
Mm-hmm.
6'3" and probably 320. He's
Okay.
huge. And he just looks at you gruffly and grunts and says, "Mm."
And Rutherford just quickly says, "Who's the proprietor of the establishment? And is this fellow work for the? Does he sense he works for the magician, or he works for the proprietor?"
You don't know.
Oh, and because then I use the proprietor's name, and so the proprietor, which Rutherford should
Levine.
know, the owner of the theater, Levine.
Levine.
Yeah.
And he says, he quickly just comes up with a story. Mr. Levine is extremely concerned about the lights this evening. They're overheating in the frontal section, and I was told to go in to quickly check them before we had a fire set. You need to step out of the way, my friend.
Do you think I haven't heard this before?
And he says, what are you talking about? And he says, we need to check the lights. If they're overheating, they'll disrupt us in the middle of the show.
Then you should probably go to the back of the theater where the electrical boxes are.
And that's why I'm tempting to go. Is this the way to go, or could you show me?
And he just points back to the front entrance.
Is there another door to the back besides this door?
Make a luck roll.
Yeah. Luck is Yep. 68. He gets it.
Okay,
Pretty much.
so the theater's pretty symmetrical, so you assume that there's a door on the other side.
And I just say to him and said, thank you for the advice. I will be able to get to the lights from the other side. I said, a good job. I'll let the owner know that you're doing a good job over here, my friend. And quickly make a way over to the other side.
Okay. And same thing. Another not quite as heavy, but even taller, 6'5" gentleman in another tuxedo is standing in front of that entrance.
Okay. And over here, I'll I'll try to persuade them. As with the same and similar story. The electrical's having some issues here, and we have to check for the heat of the limelight. Well, not limelights, but the lighting on the system that's overheating and could go off in the center of the show. Is told by Mr. Levine to quickly check on it before the show starts.
Mr. Levine ain't in charge of the theater, all right? I know this. You know this. This is Muscavane's show. I don't know what you're trying to pull, but you head to the back, mister.
And I knee him in the crotch as hard as possible.
Okay, so make a.
Oh my God!
And we're off the rails again.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, making a brawl roll.
All right. Did I pick brawl? Let's see. I think so. Oh, that's under fighting. Okay, we got it.
Don't got it.
Oh no, we missed it.
Okay, and so as you go to knee him, he just drops a hand and catches your knee about 4 inches shy of his crotch, because his crotch is pretty high up, so it would have been quite the raise in the knee for you.
Rutherford's actually pretty big too, so.
Oh, okay. And he looks at you and he says, "Look, I'm going to give you one more chance to get back to your seat. And only one more. If you don't want to take it, don't take it."
And he says, "I'll be back momentarily." And he turns and just walks off purposefully without paying attention to him.
Okay. All right. Is that all you're doing?
No. He's gonna go and look for another method if there's possible. If it's just those two doors, that's fine.
Yeah. No. Those would be. Yeah, I think those would be the only doors to access the backstage.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So they're Muscavine security to
Yes.
keep people from
Yeah.
learning the secrets.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So as this is going on, the Levine walks onto the stage and seems much more confident and bolder than he did before, as he picks up the microphone and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the Classic Theater. We have been pulling performances from around the world, but I can tell you there has been none that has touched my soul like Miss Lana Pare. Miss Lana Pare will shortly be on this stage to open up for the great, the amazing, the phenomenal Casper Muscavine. And so I want you to put your hands together and give a warm, classic welcome to Miss Lana Pare."
Yeah.
So the theater kind of erupts in applause. The lights at this point go dim. Oh gosh. And a spotlight appears on the microphone on stage. And a woman walks up into the microphone, and kind of imagine like a brunette Dolly Parton, right? That kind of figure, really deep black dress. And at first, as your eyes are adjusting to the light, it looks like a long sleeved dress. But as you're watching, you realize that she's actually covered in tattoos on her arms. These kind of wonderful abstract symbols that seem to be somewhat mesmerizing even. And as she walks up to the microphone, she starts singing, and it's just absolutely like breathtaking how deep her voice is, and the melody just kind of catches you right away. and it feels like as she sings that she's singing just gently right next to you in your ear. It's just this overwhelmingly beautiful sound as you're listening. Anybody want to make a roll for anything on this while you're listening?
I want to make a roll for the symbols to see if I recognize any of them from my prior experience.
Okay. Make an occult roll.
Okay. Or a mythos roll?
Sure, or that.
Little Joe has already encountered the mythos.
I did not make it though.
Okay. All right. And so you don't recognize the symbols at all, but it's partly because you're just so distracted by her voice. And she sings and she sings and she's all by herself on the stage. There's a piano off somewhere in the background, but it's not on the stage. It's not visible anywhere. And a couple of stringed instruments along with that. And it's just like 30 minutes of the most kind of alluring, and when it finally ends, everybody's almost in shock. You forget to clap for a few seconds, and then the theater just erupts. And yeah, go ahead.
She's singing in English?
Yes.
What kind of, like, you don't have to make up lyrics, but are they love songs? Are they like what?
Sure. You want me to sing? Is that what you want, Emily? You really want me to sing?
I didn't ask.
Okay.
I could have recorded you something.
You could have. Oh, that would have been good. Yeah, I should have asked you. All right. But then it wouldn't have, I don't know. Okay. So it lasts about half an hour, and then the theater just erupts into applause, and then she kind of ducks off to the side of the stage, and John comes back on and he says, what a wonderful performance it was. Just absolutely. Oh my gosh. Lana always brings the house down. We're going to have to give her her own show soon. I mean, she's going to run us all out of town. Just incredible. Give her another round of applause, everybody. All right. And now, what you've all been waiting for. The great, the inimitable, the one, the only, Casper Muscovane. And so the lights go completely out on the stage. It's like a Wes Anderson movie with Franny up there. And so the lights go completely out on the stage. And then all of a sudden, spotlights from not behind you, but behind the walls on the sides light him up. And he's standing in the middle, and he has a cape on, and it's flowing out behind him. And there's no, of course, any sort of draft in the air, but it's just wobbling in the wind. And he walks up, and there's no microphone on stage anymore. And when he speaks, it feels like it fills the whole theater. I got those words flipped for a minute there. It's getting late. All right. So anyway, and he says, on my many travels through this world, I have seen things that many of you would want to have seen, but have not been able to. And so tonight, I bring you not my illusions, not my tricks, but those of the world, those that I want you to see. And so there's pretty standard fare for a while, right? Like he has an assistant and kind of like the stereotypical tropes of the magician show that you would expect from that time, right? Like he glides some hoops around her, does some magical kind of juggling of balls, and
Wait, Can I just ask, is Lana also his assistant? Who's the her?
No, the her is just his assistant. It's not
Oh,
Lana.
okay. Okay.
Let's see. That's a good point, though. He would refer to his assistant as. Hang on.
Just a
Get
quick
a couple
rules
of
question while you're doing this. The mythos rule, I'm not finding that on the current character sheet. Is that magic points?
Cthulhu
It's under
mythos.
Yeah, it's under C.
Okay. There we go. Yep, same thing. Okay.
Mine's 0.
Yeah, it should be 1, right?
Mm, 0.
It's 0.
Mine's 0.
I'm
All right.
not saying what mine is.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
When you look into the back of the theater, Bello Poulet's eyes have rolled back, and he is chanting it. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Wait, is that canon? You having a moment there, Bello? Okay.
God damn it.
It's rolling for chicken mythos.
He refers to his assistant as Miss Sarah Banner. And, she does plenty of kind of like stock tricks. And then he starts to get into some more complex things. And the one that probably stands out as really something is that he takes a deck of cards and he drops it on the floor. And then he says, "You know what? Hold that. I need a volunteer from the audience. Do I have a volunteer from the audience?"
Woo! Woo!
Franny is looking at the cards on the floor through the binoculars.
Okay. And he says, You young lady in the first row, and he's pointing at you, Joe. He says, "Come up on the stage, please."
Oh, you're so lucky.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Okay.
All right. And he says, "I want you to kick some of these cards around. Please kick them around for me."
Oh, okay. I'll just sort of shuffle into the cards like very timidly and push them around.
Okay.
And
He
I'm
says,
yelling out, "Kick him hard! Kick him hard!"
Oh, okay. I'll give one big kick, maybe enough to flutter some cards off the stage, but keeper's choice.
Sure. They flutter off the stage. And he says, "You know what? It's not convincing enough. What's your name?"
I'm Joe.
"Well, Joe, here is a deck of cards." And he holds his closed fist out, and then he opens it, and then a deck of cards appears. He says, "I want you to take this deck of cards."
Okay. Okay.
"And I want you to throw it on the floor too."
I will throw them in a big arc.
Okay. And when Joe throws them, they fly out, and they make a bigger arc, and they spread everywhere. And he goes, "Thank you for your assistance. Please take your seat. I wouldn't want you to get in the way."
Did you say existence or assistance?
Okay, and I'll just shuffle off the stage a little
Woo!
amused.
Okay. So
Good job, Joe.
all right. And so as you shuffle off the stage and back into your seat, he waves his left hand, and it's like a gust of wind comes from the back of the theater. And as it does, it lifts up some of the cards. And then he waves his right hand, and another gust of winds, it ruffles your feathers, Bello, and comes right down the right side of the theater, and it picks up the cards. And then he starts to move them, and the cards start to dance in the air, almost like they're kind of caught in a tornado or some kind of wind. And he starts conducting like he's in front of an orchestra, and the cards start to stack on the stage in front of him. And not only is it incredible that they build a tower in front of your eyes, but they build a tower that's taller than Casper. And then the last card sits on top and gives it a little flat roof. And he holds out his hands to much applause. And then he takes his hand and he starts at the top of the tower. And as he goes down, the tower disappears, and he puts the cards seemingly back in his pocket, and all of the cards disappear off the stage. And though it's though it's a card trick, it's quite impressive, right? It stands out. And that would be kind of the conclusion of the first act. And he says, "I will return momentarily. I must steady my senses and prepare myself for the second act. It is one you don't want to miss. So I invite you, take a moment, take a breather, but return soon. You don't want to miss the finale." And so the lights dim, or the lights go out completely. And then when they come back on, the stage is entirely empty.
Did we notice any color around the edges while he was doing his flourishing and, like around the cards? Anything in the air color-wise?
What do you explain more what you're kind of looking for?
I'm looking for any like reflections or any dust in particular.
Make a spot hidden.
Okay. Oh, these are traditionally great for me.
Yeah, they're there. This is where you go blind for the next 6 days.
Exactly.
I got dust in my eye. I can't see.
Nope.
It looks really
I don't think I made
confused.
it. Spot hidden is here. I just missed it.
All right. So you don't actually you're pretty sure, Franny, that out of the corner of your eye you saw a glint of a reflection, like a mirror that's being used on the side of the stage.
Okay.
Okay, and I did the thing where I never looked at the cards.
Okay.
Because I'm used to sham magicians.
Yeah.
I always looked at his hands.
Okay.
Never where he's pointing, always looking at the hand that he's not pointing with to see if it's like a traditional trick of some kind that he was trying to pull.
Give me a spot hidden.
6.
Ooh.
Extreme success.
Holy cow. All right. You're confused. You're genuinely, you watched his hands as well as you've ever watched anyone's hands. And you've seen a thing or two. You've seen a thing or two.
Yeah.
And you didn't see anything.
That's what I was thinking would happen. Great. Wow, that guy's the best I ever seen.
So
while we're there in between acts, I do want to look at the floor of the stage and see if there's any powder residue on the floor.
Okay. And you don't see anything. It looks really clean.
Okay. That's all I got.
Are there any sounds from backstage that sound like tickle-lee-lee-lee?
Tickle-lee-lee-lee! Tickle-lee-lee-lee!
And Cully seems very confused by that.
What are those noises, guys?
Is that your Cully impression?
What's making that sound?
All right. So there's a slight intermission, and then you take your seats again, and the lights go low, and it's a very dramatic entrance again, right, where the lights come back on, and he appears to be sitting on thin air. And Boone, you're pretty convinced that this is an old mirror trick, right? That's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But and he appears to be sitting though, like in thin air. And as he does, he points up to the ceiling above everybody. And as he does, there's a huge flash from the back and a crashing sound. And it sounds like a light, like a spotlight has exploded in the back of the theater. And as it happens, you hear screams from around the theater. And you hear Casper's voice come up, and he says, "Do not be alarmed. That is the spirits coming into the theater. They're here now. They're here with us. I have summoned them from around the world. There are spirits here from China, and there are spirits here from Britain, and there are spirits here from Australia and Brazil as well. I am the great Caspar Muscovane, and I have brought these spirits here to speak with you tonight. What questions do you ask of them? And as you're sitting there, it's almost uncomfortable. And in fact, who was the last person to sit down?
I guess me, because I was on stage.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Joe, Dick leans over to you and he says, "This is part that is very unnerving to me. I almost want to leave, but I am so fascinated. I cannot look away." He says, tell me what you notice."
I'll try. This is really weird.
Yeah. And so everybody make a constitution roll. Tell me who fails.
Ooh. And the guy in the back, let me just.
The
I
chicken
got a
in the back.
regular success.
I ain't afraid of no spirits.
Success for me.
I failed.
Extreme success.
Okay. Hey, so Joe, as you're sitting there, you don't know if it's just what he said to you, but you feel the chill in the air go right up your spine, and your shoulders shrug, and you quiver a little bit at the feeling that's happening, and you don't feel comfortable all of a sudden in the theater. It doesn't feel natural anymore to you. And you hear Casper on the stage, and he says, "I have summoned the spirits, and they are here now. Ask them a question." And he leaves that out there, and it's pretty quiet for a few moments. Nobody says anything in the theater, and he says, "Ask! Do not let them down. They have come for you. If you do not ask, they will be angered."
Okay, so I'm gonna yell out, "How did he do the magic trick with the cards?"
And
Great question.
And as you hear that, a light flashes from the back of the theater, like a spotlight shines above the stage, and as it does, a cloud of mist is formed kind of near the ceiling, and in it is unmistakably this face. And the face itself is these deep kind of hollow pits for eyes, and the mist starts to move, and it forms a mouth, and it almost reverberates. The voice does, but it's not deep and masculine. It's more kind of a higher voice, and it says, "Child, he did not make that tower. I did."
Franny is definitely looking at that through the binoculars.
Yeah. And so as you Franny-nocular it from where you are, it's just not that far away. So all of a sudden you're like, looking just like into the eye holes of the thing. Yeah.
Perfect.
Joe is hiding as much under her chair as she can.
Okay.
She's
Fair.
cowering.
Yeah, totally fair.
Ain't nothing to be afraid of, Joe. It's all smoke and mirrors. I can't quite figure it out, but it always is.
You don't know.
No
Is that
what?
all you ask of the spirits? Is all you ask of the spirits how to do a card trick?
Who's gonna win the World Series this year?
And he says, or the voice laughs, and it says, "Who do you want to win the World Series?" And the voice is changed. It's no longer kind of the higher voice.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a lower voice. Yeah.
How about the Cubs? No, wait, what time period is White Sox? The White Sox.
It could be the Cubs.
No, the White Sox.
And there's kind of a like there's a pause and then a hooting and a hollering and the audience and you hear the voice again says, "So it may be. Your request has been granted."
Oh man, I'm gonna bet it all on the White Sox this year.
They never win.
Now, when did the bad thing happen with the White Sox? What year
The Black Sox scandal was 1919, I think.
Oh, okay. So that was, yeah.
All right. So
I was hoping it was contemporary.
Franny's going to stand up, take the binoculars down, and say, "How did my great uncle die?"
Okay. Franny, how did your great uncle die?
You killed him.
Yeah, he got killed in a cave, remember?
Oh, okay. All right.
He got Ed.
Yeah. All right. Wow, this is you got me there, Franny. Good job.
do you want to call it? Leave it at a cliffhanger? Give you a week to think about it.
Let's let you make a roll before we leave it on a cliffhanger.
Okay.
99.
You're right.
Oh, this is good.
What am I rolling?
Actually, this is really good. Let's see. Why don't you tell me what you're gonna roll on here? I'm okay with it.
I don't know. What am I trying to do? Should I roll luck?
I think I was gonna say. I think this is just a straight up luck roll.
Okay. Yep. Success.
Okay. Perfect. That's a good cliffhanger. Yeah, it's like 9:30 on the button.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. Let's hit this thing, which I wasn't prepared for. All right. That's it for us tonight. You can find us between now and next week at underthelibrary.com, Instagram, Under the Library, on Twitter at Under the LIB. If you want to see the video, we're on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and you just want to listen, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. So for me, for Michael, for Emily, Chris, Scott, Wayne, and Rick, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.